Hi guys, my name's Erica Carter. I just wanted to make this video so I can kind of talk to you guys about male discrimination in nursing and the whole reason behind why I picked that subject and that issue. Um, so let me start by why I picked it, why I picked this topic in the first place. So it wasn't a decision that I came by lightly. I went through a couple topics that may be interesting or, fun to research. But I wanted to do something that was off of personal experience. And I feel that this, even though I'm not a male nurse, obviously, this is something that I have witnessed personally, um, just in with my son. So my son, he is 10 years old, and he came to me one day and he was super excited to tell me what he wanted to be when he grew up. And I asked him, and he told me that he wanted to be a male nurse. And I was super excited to hear that. And he was explaining to me the reasons why. He said, because I see you work so hard, mommy, and that is what I want to do. That is my, you know, dream of what I want to be when I grow up. So I was super ecstatic for him. Um, but that this wasn't the same reaction that he got from everybody. He went around and he told different family members about how he wanted to be a male nurse, but some of the family members that he told his dream job to, they laughed at him and said he was a girly man for picking it. And so that was one of the main reasons why I was like, why is this? Why is it that nurses always have to be women? So then I just dove into the research and just started to find out more things about it. Um, so my topic itself is the discrimination specifically with nursing, male nursing. Uh, some may not realize that it's an issue that is even happening today, um, but it is. Uh, with so much push for sexual equality, that's what makes it such a surprise that it is actually happening today. Um, it's happening in hospitals and doctors' offices. Everywhere men are getting denied jobs, especially because they are men in nursing fields. Men are also being required to do more like heavy lifting than women. So that right there is discrimination. Um, they are also being more pushed to being in the psych ward working with the patients, that they'd have to be more um, physical, like lifting and just restricting them than a girl would. Um, Another side of the topic was the ways that the family nurse or the families of the male nurses look at their loved ones, which, like I said before, this has happened in my family with my son. So I can only imagine that this happens with other people's families. Uh, and it just they don't get the support that they need. Um, so my research has in nursing has led me to the issue itself. Um, I would just like to discuss some of the solutions that I have came up with, and hopes that maybe one of these will work. Uh, so the things I'd like to discuss with you guys are more schools, like middle schools and high schools, trying to recruit more men to go into nursing, or more boys to choose um, the career as male nursing. And with that, I would definitely want to see male nurses themselves going into middle and high schools, and just encouraging boys to join and to tell them about the benefits of nursing, and kind of rewards you get from being a nurse, especially a male nurse. Uh, so another thing, um, another issue I'd like to address would be the issues of the policies that are put in place right now. They're very vague, and they don't really go like in detail about discrimination towards men and what is considered discrimination. It's more like it's just very vague, like I said before. Uh, so that was another thing, like making rules that are more geared towards discrimination for like the sexes. Like, oh, this man is not getting this job because he is a man. Like getting a job in the on the OB floor because he's a guy. So I consider that discrimination. I feel like that's something that should be put into the rules and the policies that should not be allowed. Another thing is um, there needs to be more of a support system in place. There needs to be groups that involve families, so the families can see um, the kind of stuff that their loved one will be going through, the kind of stress with school, and when they enter the job, so they see where they need to support their family member. And the families also need to be able to come in so they can experience, like, this is what my child's going to be doing. My child's going to be saving lives. I need to, this, he's not just a girly man per se, is what, my family would say. So I just wanted to get them more involved. Um, so that was some of the um, solutions that I had myself. Now, some of the past solutions that were in place, um, there is some past solutions that I did find that weren't really effective, I guess. So they did have, um, sorry, they did try to recruit more people, but they didn't really go out seeking people to bring into the hospitals. It was more like a job outreach, like, oh, okay, we need more people for this job, like putting up signs. Um, that didn't really do much. Uh, Another thing is um, having the policies in place, but like I said before, that wasn't really directed towards certain things, which it should have been. So that didn't really solve the issue there, and they weren't really enforced. Another past solution was having a support group while they were going through schools, but these support groups, again, didn't last after school. These support groups stopped after they left school, so they had to deal with entering in their career and having to figure out life after, um, which caused a lot of issues there, mental and just physical. So, like I discussed before, the solutions that I had were kind of like little like tweaks basically on the solutions that had been in place before, that I think might help and might work. Uh, so uh, so what I thought about the topic before was just what I experienced in my personal life, and just going into hospitals myself and not seeing too many male nurses. But honestly, that wasn't an issue that popped into my head until just recently, when my son had came to me and said that. So, but after doing this research project, uh, my thoughts about the topic um, now is it's a serious problem. Um, I feel I have a better understanding of the issue um, that is going on and the lack of solutions for the matter. Um, I think with it being the year 2022, that there should be no more sexual bias even happening. Um, I do believe that there is um, hope and fighting for change in the matter if we all just um, stand together and just change our mindsets and the way we look at people and just think before we say things and just be mindful of being judgmental and just you know love one another you know uh, because there's a lot of great people that want to be in the nursing field, but they choose not to because they're afraid of how they're going to be looked at or judged, or how they're not going to be able to get the jobs that they want because they are a certain sex. But so that's all I really have to speak on the topic at this point. Thank you for your time, and I have enjoyed researching this topic and learning more about it and learning the issues that are going on within it. Just thank you.